Hello and welcome to the show. It's me, Kyle Roderick Gridley, here with another topical news comedy podcast. And I have some great news. Mitch McConnell is calling into the show. Unlike every possible news outlet imaginable, he's calling into my show right now. Hey, hold on. Here he is. Mitch, how are you? Mitch, you got to take the feeding tube out. I can't. Mitch, get one of your staffers to take the tube out before you fucking try to get on my show. What kind of operation you running? No, okay, yeah. No, I get it. I get how you can't take it out. Sorry. Allergic to bullshit. You know what? Fine. I'll talk to one of your staffers, Mitch. I mean, they're the ones running it anyway. Okay, all right. Mitch McConnell staffers, everybody. All right. You're a regular old staffer. How are you? How are you feeling right now?
All who oppose me, beware.
Okay, right. Well, I mean, you're over at the hospital right now. Is everything looking okay?
I sense death within this place.
Oh, all right. No, okay. All right, fine. No, I hear you. Sure, there are reports of Mitch not being, alive by any measurable standard. And at this moment, given that thing that happened with the feeding tube, I also am kind of leaning towards that. Here's a question. Have you decided to psychically enter his mind and find his ethereal soul to bind it back to this world?
This is fantastic. I wish I had time to study this bizarre dimension.
Yeah, I'm sure it's interesting. Are you telling us that Mitch McConnell's going to come back to the Senate?
I came too late. Now, destruction is let loose upon the world once more.
Sounds fair. All right, Mitch McConnell staffers, everybody. Thank you. Mitch McConnell staffer looks a lot like the necromancer from Diablo 2. No copyright, please. Fucking Mitch. Oh, man, yeah, Mitch. We'll talk about him. Dead ass. Hold for loud nose exhale. But come on, what's going on? What am I really here for today? I am here for the court case of the decade, or at least this year so far. Really, it's a real court case. It's Mr. Tyler Robinson's preliminary hearings, and hey, this could be my new thing. No, this could be my new thing. Every episode could be about this from now on. I think so. Honestly, my beat. It's kind of in my lane. My beat. It's comedy, geopolitics, the economy, God, which is also, a lot to do with aliens. And this story, I mean, doesn't it have all of that? It's got everything. It got the political possible cover-up, assassination, right? Everybody investigating, deflecting. And while they're deflecting, they're talking about God. The people investigating are talking about God. They got the fucking TP NGO angle. There's the FBI. It's so exciting. You know why it's so exciting? Because the facts, they don't add up. They don't add up. Everybody is hilariously incompetent. It's obviously, if it is a cover-up, the Three Stooges did it. Okay? It's a cover-up by Laurel and Harding. All right? Yeah, man, it's so exciting. It's so bamboozling. We got ourselves a fucking JFK style mystery. We got our own fucking thing. All right, there's people resigning, reneging. There's conflicting stories, odd testimony. I swear, dude, if there is a criminal cover up, these guys are really working for their money. They're really working for it. They're trying everything. Yeah, man, there's a British FBI officer working the case. What in the high hell is going on? What is going on? Yeah, man, the Jeffrey Epstein ick is all over this shit. All right, they got the fucking grainy footage. They're saying they have better footage, but we can't see it. There's fucking misplaced arrest dates. Everyone seems to be connected to fucking sex trafficking, modeling, whatever bullshit show business is about. The footage ain't got no timestamps. The footage ain't got no timestamps. They got grainy, no timestamp footage. It's fucking cropped. It's cropped. They cropped it. It's cut. It's cut and cropped. Yeah, man. It's cut, cropped, and not the actual videos we need to see. Yeah, I mean, is there anything in this case that hasn't fucking happened completely ass backwards? Here, everybody, where is Lance Twiggs? I mean, they show the video of him. They show the video of his little testimony, but where is he? Where is he? Where is the alleged Charlie Kirk shooter suspect's gay trans boyfriend? Where is that guy? Maybe girl. The court has been calling that guy a fucking man. So they've been calling the girl a man, the girl. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to like fucking have a moment here and like try and tell people that, you know, in order to have a sincere conviction of Tyler Robinson, you have to have Lance Twiggs testify. But I keep getting caught up on the fact that I'm calling him the gay trans boyfriend. Yeah, I call him the gay trans boyfriend, and people just it's just enough information for people like to tune out. But it is also vaguely offensive enough to the LGBTQ community, the LGBTQ community, and no one's listening. No one's listening to me. I don't understand why it's important we reaffirm the federal informant's gender here, but yeah, man, I need to tell people about this, and I think I need another term for Lancel Twiggs. What is he called? Lancelot Branches. He's Glance Switch. That's not right. I mean, he's the person the killer confessed to. He's a material witness. She's a material witness. They are a material witness. That's right. That has to be right. I work in the legal field. That has to be the term for it, right? She is the material witness, and that sounds good because it still kind of gives you the idea that they're trans. It's a great drag name. Call them a material witness. They'll be fucking dancing while you're drinking mimosas, which is something I would like to be included in any possible testimony. Was Lance Twiggs a drag fucking star? Drag race? Race drag. What do they call it? A drag race. Were they doing any of that? Bring Lance down. Make him dance. Make him dance. Where are they? They got them only fucking speaking on the video, and this is ridiculous. Gosh. I really care about how they're gendered, too, because in that video, they're very male. They're very, very male, and I would like my podcast to be a place where the queer murderers feel safe. The queer accessories to crimes feel safe. Yeah. All the dedicated liberal comedy fans should be showing up anytime now. Anytime. Lance's voice is very masculine in that video. I think he's totally abandoned that angle. I think, yeah. Once your gay lover is accused of murdering a person, you can go, maybe all that was a little too weird. Maybe I was kind of fucked up about that. Maybe it was mental illness. Okay, not funny. He didn't even do it. I wish the gays were more interested in Charlie Kirk's assassination. I really do. The gays don't care about Charlie. All right, the only court case the gays ever cared about happened in fucking 2012 with Obama. All right. You can totally see why the feds picked this particular patsy. Now they picked the patsy to be like the straight type guy, the straightish type of guy who seems like confused. It's like just the perfect cover. It's the perfect fucking cover. You can totally see it. You can totally see why I got the gay people fucking, so wary about this conversation. Right? Because one, gay people, they never liked Charlie. Not like he ever did himself any favors with them. And, they're not interested in figuring out what happened to him because they're already getting blamed for it. If you're getting blamed for something, shut the fuck up. Some legal advice for you. If you're getting blamed for something, shut the fuck up about it. All right? And come on, even the story in and of itself, what, this fucking closeted gay dude, he murdered some mean fat head boy. I mean, sounds all right. Sounds like something that would happen. White man commits violence. White man confused about his sexuality commits violence. This is This is the story. This is like the whole push about being, openly gay in the first place. Is so they don't do that. Yeah, man. Fucking society betrayed him because of his love for cock. His cock love. And, they didn't accept him. So then he chooses violence. Sounds exactly like what would happen to somebody who Charlie didn't want to suck cock. But as this all turned out, very interesting. Sure, while Charlie was fighting, fighting the gays all day, attacking the gay people all day, in the end, not that end, in the end, when something else finally turned his interest, Iran, Israel, CIA, secret government, what ended up happening is we got the swip swap. We got the old swip swap. Neck snap, slut in, incel out. Payday, get on your way. Oh, baby. Gay's got nothing on it. Old Charlie, he was like, I was so distracted by gay people, I did not realize they were putting a bomb on my neck. I was looking at trans drag dancers, and I didn't realize there was a bomb around my neck. Yeah, the court case. I'll talk about it more, I guess. Just the beginning of this podcast, and I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it because I think that topic will get me some bots. I'll get some nice free engagement from the bots. I'm very excited to see the bots. I'm recording this on Saturday, 6 p.m. Probably gonna be a little late for a dog date, but yeah, I want to get engagement from the bots. All right, but it doesn't happen on the weekend. Bots don't work on the weekend. The bots are a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 type of thing. The bots are Monday through Friday work hours. Okay, I hate to break it to all of you guys, but the people posting their content on weekdays, you just open yourself up to get botted. All right, the bot farm is a day job. That's the truth. Okay, there's a whole bot farm out there in multiple countries. Type in on your content, and if you want them, you got to post 9 to 5. The internet, the media, it works weekly. The fake dead internet, it works on a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 basis. Okay, which brings me to the man who's never coming to work again, Mitch McConnell. Okay, he's gonna get it right now. I couldn't wait. This is the time of my life. Mitch dying is like the most exciting thing that's happened for me in a long, long time. Okay, because I have been doing comedy bits about Mitch McConnell since 2016. All right, and this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. This is how I'm a bad person. I've been waiting for Mitch McConnell to die for a long time, and I'm very, very excited about it. Yeah, I might not get into heaven because of this feeling, but it's a pretty good feeling. Yeah, Mitch McConnell, this news, they told me that Mitch McConnell is brain dead. And it's like, I thought we already knew that. We've all been saying that for years. What's the news? Yeah, they go, Mitch McConnell had a heart attack. And personally, I didn't know he had one. Yeah, they tell me they go into Mitch McConnell's office and he was cold to the touch. And yeah, he's been that way for 45 years. He's been ice cold for a long time, brother. Don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, not much to say about Mitch. Not really. I mean, once you're an old man falling off the porch, you kind of fade away. I mean, they stay in Congress forever, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, not much to say about Mitch, but there is a lot to say about his wife. His wife, fucking going hard in the Orient. This bitch is a Chinese spy. His wife, Mitch McConnell's wife, is totally a Chinese spy. I mean, supposedly her father is like in charge of this big asphalt company in China. He was born in Taiwan, and he owns this fucking sick-ass monopoly. And he's really tight with the CCP. And Mitch, he dies. He takes that nap. Takes the long sleep, the big sleep. And she panics and flies to China. Why would she do that? Why would she do that? You know why she would do that? She just needs to be near family. She just needs to be around family. Her longtime husband is dead. She needs to be around family. What else could be possibly going on? What else? I mean, she didn't fly to where her family was. She met with the vice president of fucking communism or whatever. Holy crap. You know what? I'm going to play the 911 call for Mitch McConnell. And, I'll say it. I never really get to do the classic comedy Asian accent. I haven't really gotten the opportunity in a long time, but I'm feeling it today. Yeah, the Asian accent. It's gotten a lot of people in trouble. And I think it's because it is undoubtedly 100% racist. But if you haven't noticed, comedy has moved to a place where now we like that. We love that again. It's awesome. In fact, we should expect racism. And if we don't get it, we're kind of mad. We really enjoy it. I mean, the Asian accent, I've said it once and I'll say it again. If South Park does it, we do it for the rest of our lives. All right? Frame that quote. Frame that. All right. 911 call. South Park sketch live. Let's do it.
That he was hospitalized. That according to fire dispatchers on the scanner audio.
Medical local paramedic agent 3, medic 3, ALF response unconscious.
CPR in progress.
Stillness to response. For cardiac arrest.
Ooh, baby, that Asian accent. I love that. It's so funny. And look, unfortunately, it's not his wife on the 911 phone call with that Asian accent, even though she does have one. It just happens to be some Asian chick working for 911. A job where you think communication would really, really be important. I mean, is she random? Is she some random girl? I mean, Kentucky, don't look into it, but obscene amount of Chinese immigrants. I wonder if it has something to do with the senator being married to a Chinese Communist Party daughter member. Yeah, don't look into the University of Kentucky. Don't do that. It's a fucking pipeline. They're everywhere. Not the point. Not the point. The point is that I gotta talk about this Ellen Chow bitch. Mitch McConnell's wife, our new senator, actually. Our new senator from Kentucky, Mitch McConnell's wife. Yeah, a Chinese woman named Ellen. This is primetime comedy. I mean, the questions that this woman's getting right now, she is... I hope her responses are in a very thick Asian accent, and we get to hear them. That's really as a comedian, that's really the only hope I can have right now. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to continue to degrade our government, make it work in a really obscene way. But if this woman does the Asian accent, I think I'd be into that. Yeah, you hear her? Oh, he not dead. He not dead. I just go doctor. All right, go doctor. Yeah, okay. Now I take wrong flight. I take wrong flight to China. Wrong flight. He fine. I see no problem. I go see Fremley. Fremry and big money. Gamble. Holy shit, nothing's gonna happen to this woman. Nothing's gonna happen to this woman. Something might happen to me. It's more likely that something's gonna happen to me for doing that Asian accent than something happening to this one for hoodwinking the government. So fucked up. Lots of reasons for him, for them not to tell us he's dead. Lots of reasons for them to pretend he's still going around. I mean, even if he's not dead, whatever condition he's going to be left in, I mean, is it going to be better? And then his wife steps in. Jesus. I mean, we shouldn't be surprised. This is actually like a fucking part of business. Has been for thousands of years. A powerful man goes down, and then what? His family steps in and handles some business. I mean, sure, supposedly, we have a democracy whose main purpose is to explicitly avoid this situation. But yet, for some reason, it's like this. And, it's like this not just for Mitch. It's like this for a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah, the government. Yeah, the government that we have now the government Mitch himself massaged into place. That is another Asian joke, but yeah. What is Mitch? What was Mitch's purpose in the Senate? What was it? It was to provide the lube. It's to provide the lube so the fucking totalitarian cock could be stuck in our red, white, and blue assholes. All right? Which are not uncommon colors for assholes, by the way. I mean, Mitch's whole existence was like the slow edge against the control of the people. And, yeah, we let him do it. Fucking 35, fucking 40 years of doing it. How'd that happen? It's really hard to wrap your mind around, the state of the government, especially when you consider, like, the American timeline, right? Of course, there was, like, the revolution, but the government that we created and operate under, that was made a decade later, okay? And there was a group of people involved in that were not, all part of that fucking rah-rah revolution in 1776. Okay, our group of people, our founders that we idealize and talk about, they weren't the only ones. They weren't the only ones who created the fucking U.S. federal government. All right, and why did they do that? These libertarians, probably, 1/3 of the total grouping. Why did they fucking, do the necessary evil? Well, they did it to fight off foreign powers, England and the like. They did it so they could make a currency. But, when I hear all the history that I was taught, it is really hard for me to, like, believe that from the beginning there were forces and groups, trying to take control of the United States and, create this big effort to dominate all people. Okay, wait, I just remembered slavery. Just remembered that. Okay, that fact gets us closer to the truth. Let me just say this, which maybe would give me an opinion on immigration too, this birthright citizenship discussion that just happened. It makes me think, right? Like, yeah, it is, we have to accept there have always been, like, ancient institutional powers interested in the creation and propagation of America. Okay, America with its libertarian values that, like I said last week, the rich and criminal love to hide behind, right? They took the cover, and over time, what did America do? It spread from east to west, conquering as it goes, like a fucking Hellenic army. But what's interesting about it is that the people who did that, who in a lot of ways were, like, used as fodder to explore and scout the, new world, they developed their own personal mythos and culture based off of, like, those libertarian values of, being a pioneer, a frontiersman, the revolution against the most powerful government in the world. And that culture they created, they thought they were spreading fucking west, for, divine providence or whatever, their purpose. And they created this whole, big culture, right? The Wild West, fucking Dodge City, the never-ending innovative scientists and artists, right? And what happened, it seems to me, at least, especially in the last century, right, the federal government, what they did is they co-opted and pretended that culture was its own. All right, they took that culture and funded it, decided to direct and control it. Okay, they took the mosaic that was, like, the American dream and ambition, and what they did is they stitched it to the fucking, monopoly on violence that the powerful have perpetuated throughout all time. Okay, what we've done in America is we've created this, like, fucking Frankenstein monster, fucking joke of a government whose, like, culture and values is in direct opposition of its operation, right? The immigrants who come here for the culture and the spirit, why is it such a fucked up issue now versus, other times? It's because I think, the immigrants, they come here with this, idealism, with this thought about how the country, should and ought to be. And they get here and it's fucking this, like, bastard, this fucking deformed entity. And then, their whole worldview gets fucking shattered. And what ends up happening is they go back to their old, dumb old thoughts and ideas they had before they, realized their vision was a lie. I mean, I believe immigrants are good. Birthright citizenship, I guess that's a way to do it. But, these things, they only work if, of course, one, there's a fair and orderly legal process. But also, you need to have a culture and government of values and laws that are smart, efficient, and effective. It needs to operate on ideals that people want to adopt. And, maybe in the past it did, but what's going on now? I mean, people come to America, that's great. They get here, and then what? They look at what the fuck is going on, and they fucking disintegrate. Okay, they forego integration. I talk to immigrants all the time here in Los Angeles. I grew up in California. As much of anybody in the world is out here than the rest of this fucking place. And I talk to immigrants and they go, "Fuck, I guess I showed up when America stopped being awesome." And yeah, I guess you did. At least you came when it stopped making fucking sense. Like, I don't know, man. It's so tough. Like, you can call America a lot of things right now. You can really do it. You can call it a fucking kleptocracy, a corporate socialist state. We have ruthless capitalism for me and communism for the fucking rich. Call it a declining empire. But more than anything, this bitch is a geritocracy. All right? It is a joke of a geritocracy. Am I saying that word right? Old people, geriatrics are running this whole fucking thing, man. I mean, I swear to God, you look at when Congress is in session, it looks like the fucking fruit section at a Food for Less. All right, they're just sitting there rotting, just flies around it, all pruned and bruised, wrinkles as far as the eye can see, and the smell. I mean, gosh, you try to hold a senator like one of the fucking, fruit at Ralph's. It just melts in your hand. It melts in your hand like one of these fucking plastic blondes' face that are always yapping to me. I mean, gosh, there's a lot to say about the geritocracy that we are living in. All right? Like you could say that maybe, these fucking geriatrics, perhaps they're not, inclined for long-term thinking. Like perhaps planning for the future might be a moot point for them. You could say that, they're not the sharpest they've ever been. Their reflexes have deteriorated, and maybe a high pressure position where we need a lot of fucking, daily work isn't the best idea for them. I mean, gosh, with the geriatrics, you would assume they're wise, because of their age. But, as it stands, as long, if these guys aren't constantly proving it, I think we're inclined to think they're defunct, that their minds are warped, that they're fucking addled, all right? I mean, the fact that these guys in power are even like this old in the first place, I mean, really makes you think, all right? Yeah, by default, it just makes things easier to slip things past them. That's at least what it does. I mean, we all used to yap all day about the fucking, insane information tech gap between these, goddamn 80-year-old Congress people and your, average IQ fucking 40-year-old. All right, that gap is near infinite. The world has changed so much that no matter how smart or fucking cool some 70-year-old is, they're always going to be at a distinct disadvantage in understanding how the world currently works. All right? You could say all of that. But what I will say about the geritocracy government, what I will say is that when you really look at it, in the business of politics, people do not last long if they have actual serious ideas that need to be implemented. Okay? When you really look at the business, I mean, the guys who are actually worth a fucking damn, I mean, what happens to them? Either they're fucking, they get their necks blasted out, or what? They stick the New York Times on you and say you're a drunk driving rapist. All right? These guys only get old because they're fucking cowards. They never do anything. They never try. All right? All they do is they fucking, care about themselves more than they care about other people. And it's a tough bill. I get it. I mean, the opposition is a murderous pizza party. All right, I get it. puts you in a tough position. But that's just one part of it, all right? Because, you know, if you don't do what they want you to do, I mean, sure, you'll spend the rest of your life trying not to get murdered. But the other side of that is that if you do end up doing what they want, you can get fucking paid. You can get fucking paid, baby. And, you know, when those are the only two options, I mean, gosh, well, what types of people are even left to attempt to get into government? What types of people? I mean, it's either fucking, you know, cowards who just want to make it to the end and have a nice fucking time, or what? You know, some guy with a fucking, you know, nice sense of self and a Monte Cristo vendetta. Yeah, man, this is what's happened. This is what's happened in our politics. I mean, gone is the ideology. All right, the message, the purpose. All right. I mean, maybe it comes down to straight up Machiavellianism, but it just seems that like politicians and the business people of America and the world, it's like, you know, they just let their egos be used as, you know, the prime mover of politics. Their personhood is the most important thing when it really, you know, comes down to getting shit done. There is a whole system of control. Okay, we've all admitted that. We all know it. And it seems to me that the lever of control is a individual person's fears and ambition. All right, even concepts like dignity, self-respect, you know, control of personal issues, you know, they're all just part of the fucking trick of, you know, unelected, powerful entities and people to get what they want. All right. I mean, look at these politicians. A lot of them, you know, they have so much fucking dignity that they end up docile. These guys, they have so much self-respect that they, you know, refuse to do things that may not be in their direct benefit. I mean, I get it. It's admirable. You want to control your state, your city, your local, whatever, you know, but your desire to control functions end up you having to control form. All right, the people themselves. And even if you have some fucking, you know, particular input from some video game necromancer, I mean, these guys, they've just decided to go down a path of self-service. And maybe it's fair because the alternative is death, but obviously that's just, you know, we're at that point. We're just there, man. Yeah, we gotta talk about the people offering death. Who are they? Well, they're the pizza party. They're the pizza party who know about aliens. They control all the governments in the world and are, you know, balkanized and for some reason related. It's all about the occult, baby. Maybe that's why they're so old. Maybe that's why they're so old is because they're into the occult and they're keeping themselves alive. Crazy. I mean, the government's a joke. It's a joke. All right. There's no rational fucking anything about it. And I mean, maybe that's why as a comic, I do feel like it's my duty to talk about it. Like, you know, I get it. You know, maybe like me as a comedian, I do get out of line sometimes. You know, I'm out here sometimes, you know, giving prescriptive political opinions that aren't inherently ridiculous. And maybe that's not my lane, you know, especially if I don't, you know, bitch out like Dave Smith and say, oh, I'm doing political commentary right now. I do political commentary and then I do stand-up. There's different. Yeah, in my world, you're either a comic or, you know, you're just a normal human being. And so when we're all here trying to make the distinction, I just, you know, it's a bit of an affront because, you know, one of the things that bothers me personally is this idea of, yeah, you have the comic and then the normal person. But when the normal person starts giving opinions about comedy, I can't handle that. I can't handle that. You know, the government's a joke, but, you know, all these people trying to take it seriously, I just, you know, stop being a fucking normie, buddy. Wake up. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, like a comedian, you know, talk about anything. Sure. If you're a comic, you know, talk about anything. If I think you're joking and maybe, you know, we can get closer to the real right answer, I find value in it. But there is something like fucking just it's so bothersome when these normie ass, you know, political commentators or influencer personalities, you know, all those fucking shit heels who write opinion books try and become the expert in comedy. okay? Like they could tell a joke if it fucking hit them in the fucking face. I mean, those guys who, they go to the big college, get the nice degree, and, if only, some criminal corporate hoo-ha didn't need their ideas to sell their next product, this guy would be starving in the fucking street. Those guys, when they give an opinion about stand-up comedy, makes my blood boil. Makes my blood boil. If you're a normal person and you fucking try to give an opinion about what's funny, I hate it. I hate it, especially when they think they're fucking witty. You can be witty, but it doesn't mean you know comedy, all right? I swear to God, these fucking rich fuck sluts who went to fucking college so, McKinsey Consulting could use their body and voice to robot Jeffrey Epstein's best ideas. I mean, they come and they pipe up about what's funny or what, people's attitudes really are. It just, it makes me so mad. I am genuinely mad. And it brings me to this next topic because, if I'm genuinely mad about someone giving opinions, it has to be two possible people. And those two possible people are Matt Walsh or Michael Knowles. And I'm going after Michael Knowles. Ooh, today, next clip, Michael Knowles, or as I call him, Michael Foles, because he looks like a baby horse. He recently decided to review comedy, and he reviewed some Kill Tony stand-up comedy. So, respect on that, because like me, he's trying to incorporate the massive Kill Tony fan base into his program's viewership. But, watching him give his opinion on comedy, like, I really realized just how fucking empty-headed and unimpressive Michael actually is. This guy, he gives an opinion on art, but, he's a Princeton Philistine. But he doesn't get it. I'm going to show you this thing. And, I cut out the jokes from the Kill Tony regulars because I really want to focus on Michael. If you want to hear the jokes, if you're a true blue comedy fan, fucking, you probably know them already. Go watch an episode of Kill Tony at 2 times speed. That's fine. All right. I mean, you think Tony's gay on 1 times? Well, he really sounds gay 2 times. 3 times, actually. Triple X. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Am I trying to be funny right now? If I am trying to be funny, here it is. Michael Knowles looks like if Tony Hinchcliffe... wait, no, they look exactly alike. What am I doing here? No, guys, hey, Michael Knowles looks like if Tony, after a trip to the Men's Warehouse, and the Men's Warehouse is a gay BDSM club in Houston. Yeah, Michael Knowles, he looks like if Tony was in charge of a Ponzi scheme. Michael, he looks like if Tony completely sold out and not whatever this, half-hearted Netflix shit, whatever he's doing with that. Right on. Yeah, no, Tony, he's gay for pay, and Michael is pay for gay. Tony looks like if he looked into the mirror high on mushrooms. Okay, what am I doing here? Michael Knowles looks like if Tony was about to go ask his boyfriend's father for their hand in marriage. All right, we can end it there. No. All right, I'm done being funny. Now it's time to watch the clip with Michael. I fucking, the contempt.
One of the biggest shows in the country is Kill Tony with Tony Hinchcliffe. And I saw Tony Hinchcliffe live because he opened up for the Trump rally at MSG. And I thought he was hilarious. It ended up causing an international scandal because he joked about Puerto Rico being filthy. But I thought his set was great. So anyway, the producers for this beautiful 4th of July week wanted to give me a palate cleanser of good entertainment. I hope good entertainment from Kill Tony. And I will bring to bear all of my entertainment analytical capabilities to go through point by point. And you know what they always say, the best way to improve a joke is to explain it. We will go through all of them. Take it away. Wow, great. Okay, it started out slow. I didn't know if the accent was a put on. Maybe it is. I don't know. And then it just wasn't doing it for me. But the punchline was so strong. What a great bit. 2 gay guys have an argument. It made too much sense. Okay, that's, yeah, all right. It was good. It was good. I like he landed it. He landed the plane.
Folks.
Okay, I mean, the only really funny joke was the preservatives. That was pretty funny. And I can't tell, some of it was just that he's too nervous and was like, being eccentric looking can work in comedy. The clearest version of that was Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, it is.
Who just kind of had his eyes popping out and he kind of moved around like this, and it worked because it still seemed like he was totally in control. Whereas that guy just was too nervous, and he obviously wasn't in control, and it wasn't all landing.
Enough of this will make you invincible and eviscerate your enemies.
So he gets like 1 point out of 10.
Holy shit, you think my podcast editing is bad? I mean, at least I'm not fucking putting in clips of the Wolf of Wall Street. Holy crap. Putting in good stuff into your podcast doesn't make it good. All right, Michael, I'm a hypocrite. I did walk away while you were talking, and I just, Michael Knowles, or as I call him, Michael Bowles, because he's a pinhead. Yeah, I just wanted to show you just how not fucking special he is, like, at all. I mean, I swear, you could drag these opinions from any random person who happened to go fucking to a comedy show. Literally, Michael just sounds like some fucking guy who was dragged by, fucking their girlfriend to a Matt Rife show. This guy has no real insight. There's just a statement of his personal taste, and it isn't even done in a colorful way. Gosh, Michael, he calls a comedian flat? What? Flat like your fucking face? Flat like your fucking flat face, you pinhead pony? God, I hate him. God, Michael, this segment. I mean, Michael, he just thinks he's an intelligent fucking person. He thinks he knows things. Like his opinion actually matters. Gosh, clearly he knows nothing about comedy. All right? And he's out here giving an opinion on it. Ooh. Gosh, I did not fucking, start stand-up when I was 18, live in my car to fucking have this guy fucking say something about it. All right, I'm an expert in comedy. All right, I'm an expert comedy. I know comedy, and for you to go out there and do this, it's just so frustrating. I know what comedy's about. All right, you fucking talk about a bowling alley, a bar, a fucking club. Kill Tony. Hey, I've been, and geez, this guy with the fucking just normal ass fucking flat line statements. What does he know? If you really know comedy, if you really do, what you would understand is if you don't get it or you don't like it, what you need to do is be humble. Okay? You need some humility because you do not know what it takes to fucking get into the headspace to go out there and perform. All right? He's calling that folks comedian nervous, and he says it's bad. Like he even could know the meaning of this type of presentation. What he could understand the rhythm and timing being achieved by fucking acting that way. All right. Oh, he says he doesn't understand the accent. He didn't get it. Guys, this is stand-up comedy in English. If you are not laughing at every word said in a foreign accent, it's not for you. It's just not for you. And I mean that. I mean that. Asian accent. But listen, I criticize Michael because I hate his guts. But why do I hate him? Why do I? Well, for one, he has an inflated sense of his own personal intelligence and wit, which I guess is a fucking, Daily Wire requirement. Yeah, but I hate him. The real reason I hate him is because, I think the question he asks himself before he does his show is not a self-reflective one. All right? Like, as a comic, when I go up on stage or even do my, shit, fuck, slut podcast, all right, what I think is, how do I present myself and my ideas in a way for people to like and respect? All right? And if people don't agree with me or get what I'm talking about, I think, what can I do or change or say for them to get it? When Michael does his show, I swear what he does is he goes, how can I take my worldview and make people accept it no matter what? All right? Yeah, before each show, Michael, he stares into the mirror and he goes, how can I bludgeon everyone into thinking my own thoughts? And that's me being charitable, by the way. Part of me really thinks he goes, how can I take the things that people already believe and capitalize on them? Yeah, and maybe, you could call that coalition building, but I look at the Daily Wire numbers and I get curious. Yeah, maybe, Michael, he's the genuine article. I think a lot of people would agree. But, I would just ask him to think about all those ideas and thoughts he has and ponder not what would the world be if everyone agreed with him. What he should ponder is what is his position holding space for. All right, my position holds space for laughs. What is his? Right, like these guys, all Daily Wire, influencer after influencer, right? They made their bones by being politically opposed to some particular ideas. And I ask Michael, I ask him, how is his political opposition to those ideas politically convenient for others? Right? I mean, sure, we stopped transing the kids, Michael. So what? We could bomb straight kids in the Middle East? What's going on here, bud? And they're like, yeah, you talk about the culture war being a distraction from the real war. And, here it is. Michael, you are the tension that keeps the noose tight. All right? To have a push, you gotta have a pull, Michael, and you're fucking pulling, baby. You're in the tug of war of a fucking, it's a game. You are the momentum on the pendulum. All right? Michael's inability to realize he is a useful idiot that gives room for the criminal government to lie is just what makes me so furious about him. I mean, yeah, Michael, he doesn't want this. He doesn't want that. And then fucking, behind his back, while he fucking, trades and jockeys for some, marginal version of justice, the rights of free citizens are being taken right behind him. They're being taken right behind him. He's just standing in front of all the liberal people who would, normally fight to keep all our rights. And he just goes, trans immigrant street crime. There's other stuff, but what about trans immigrant street crime? Yeah, I know there's a surveillance state coming, but the immigrant street crime trans people. Gosh, and, for what it's worth, I mean, these libtards, instead of going, yeah, sure, that's not important, what they end up doing is fucking, entrenching themselves in this stupid fucking fight. Battles, that they could never win. I mean, seriously, what did all the trans activists do to stop the Iran war? They shot Charlie Kirk. They did the opposite of that. Oh, wait. Now I'm connecting it. Yeah, maybe all the fucking LGBTQ activists, all right, maybe they could have stood up against, this nightmare war we're having. But unfortunately, they were busy yelling at Michael Knowles. Yeah, Michael, he's just standing between the firemen and the firehouse, and he's going, the fire department's socialist. And yeah, sure. I mean, you're right, Michael, but could you let them put out the fire? Could you let these fucking retards fucking fight the oligarchs like they want? All right. Yeah, we're all getting caught up in the gay stuff, but we can argue, we can win the gay conversation after that, Michael. You don't understand? Do you not understand? Yeah. It brings us to the Iran war. That's what it does. That's where all roads lead to the escalation trap. Excursion trap. Huge clusterfuck. What the fuck is going on? Back in the Iran war, folks. We're doing it. Folks, the Iran war. Let me give an opinion on that. Yeah, gosh, the strait, we all know the reality of what's going on here. What happens when the strait's closed. Yeah, we all know. It's fucking global depression, worldwide starvation. We've gone through all the fucking logistics of munitions. All right. Yeah, we've looked at the moral underpinnings and real strategy. Yeah, Iran's just got to survive, and America has to. Well, they don't have to do anything, but here we are. Yeah, gosh, I'm gonna turn on little Lady Kim, little Lady Kim Iverson, and then maybe after that, go off on my own and end this pod nicely. But I do want to play this clip. I think it's some of the most important news you could get. And Kim Iverson, she is a solid source of news for Asian Americans. I wonder if Mitch McConnell's wife watches her. That'd be interesting. Ellen? I want to call her Ellen DeChow. Is that funny? Forget about it. Okay, please. Geopolitical. Watch it.
Well, we've now traded strikes with Iran for the second day since the peace agreement has completely collapsed. And now we are even closer to what could be a catastrophe. The U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve is now at 19 million barrels, and it is 19 million barrels away from estimated minimum operating levels is what this is showing us. You can see where it says, let me just pull this up full screen. This chart, by the way, goes all the way back to 1989 is the first year on the chart. Let me just go ahead and remove this lower third for you so you can take a look at it. And it goes all the way up into where we are today. And we are here is the yellow arrow. We are really close to that red line. So the strategic petroleum reserves are almost to the point where we don't have any reserves. So what exactly does this mean? Well, does it mean we're not going to have any more oil? No, we produce quite a bit of oil as a country. But what it does mean is we will see inflation when, Donald Trump actually said, he even said that we were, I believe, 2 weeks away. Let me actually look at the calendar. It was June 17th that Donald Trump said we were 4 weeks away from running out of oil. And 4 weeks would be next week, the 15th.
Right. So, pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah, we don't have enough oil. Yeah, it's so crazy. We have the reserve, and we don't just keep that in barrels. I know the word barrel gets thrown around all the time talking about oil, but what we actually do is we keep the oil in a salt cavern. And if there's not enough oil in the salt cavern after, what we did to it to make sure it could hold the oil, what ends up happening is that they collapse. Yeah. Yeah. My life is about to collapse like a fucking salt cavern. I swear, the Iran war is destroying my life. And that graph you saw was specifically how it is. Yeah, I've hitched my saddle to oil prices. I'm looking to get out of the car I'm driving, but even if I was a touring comic, that's what it is. That's the fucking cost, man. And it's so unfortunate because I've been working my small business as a process server, and I swear in February I was about to hit the positive. And then like a fucking bass and guitar, man, just fucking annihilated. Like fucking, like some like some Iranian speedboat. I am blown out of the fucking water, man. And I've lost my chance to get ahead this go around, okay? And I guess, all I can do now is just be part of the major group of political people whose fucking, voice is being used to oppose the war. Yeah, I am balls to the wall, opposed to the war. And me and Kim Iverson to the end. Like, oh man, I got to talk about this all the time with people because I'm just so fucked. I'm just so fucking fucked, man. And sure, I may have paid for Scott Horton's Academy on Foreign Policy, but actually I didn't. So, when I come at these issues, I do find I often have to explain, why I should be listened to in the first place. I get on Michael for talking about comedy like he doesn't have the fucking experience or the knowledge. But I do agree, if I'm going to talk some serious shit, where do I get off? Right? I didn't go to no Michael Knowles school. I didn't go to some college. Right? But what I did do is do stand-up comedy for 13 years. Never quit once. Okay? And, maybe to do this type of show, maybe that should be enough. But, the fucking government's a joke. Maybe I can have an opinion on it. But then again, I only have 2,000 followers on Instagram, so who am I? Do I even have anything going on? I have some real credentials. I really do. I'm a guy. I'm a person who's lived. I've lived, and I'll tell you how in a second. But I think a big problem too is, when people start, opining on the big policy questions, you do wonder, why they give a fuck. Yeah, it's important to know that because they could be being paid to have a certain opinion, but me, I genuinely care. I do. I don't know if there was some fucking moment where all my thoughts fucking, crystallized. I mean, there is something to say about, doing 91 episodes of some, shit, fuck, slut podcast where I'm, constantly forced to lay everything out. One would hope concisely, but I don't think I've been able to accomplish that. Yeah, one would say concisely, but I don't know anyone. That's a smart joke. Poem, really. But right on. So, look, who am I? Why do I fucking, get to say something? Well, I'm a voter. Is that not enough? Is me being a voter not important enough? I mean, if you want to win my vote, send me a DM. Let's do that. I'm a voter. I should get an opinion. But why do I really think I'm so fucking up on this shit is because, well, before I came out of the, in front of the camera, 18 through 25, I was just, focused on myself like a lot of people. I had a dream. I decided to chase it. Stand-up comedy. I mean, really, I was just kind of focused on base survival. I was fucking living in my car, working as a janitor. I lived that perfect American, I'm going to go for it, guys. I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to sacrifice everything and go and do it. And maybe, because the country is so great, nothing bad happened to me. And, I got there, but, I hate to say it, I was able to chase it. All right. My only aspiration was, how to learn to do comedy. And sometimes I think I accomplished it. I mean, I've made some stuff. I was busy. Fucking go ahead. Take a scroll down memory lane. I have made a lot of comedy content. Okay. But, when it comes to the issues, I hate to say it, but I was only 25 in 2020. I was only 25 in the pandemic. Fuck. I mean, that's a rude awakening to the issues. I mean, it was nuts. Just, how it all turned out. I mean, it's just, you look at that time and you go, well, I fucking better get interested. I mean, for my whole life, I guess I was sort of like a, kind of go with the flow kind of guy. I was a bit apathetic when it came to the world, but, you stop stand-up comedy in the pandemic and it's a serious blow. It's a serious blow. I got to get interested. I mean, I think I have a right to speak on these issues because of how bad I was personally fucking fucked. All right. I was working as a janitor, living in my car, to try and, get as much comedy stage time as possible. And yeah, while some people got free rent, while some people got paid not to work, not me. Not me. They stopped stand-up comedy. And I was still forced to work as a janitor and live in my car. It's a little hard to live in your car when all the gyms and parks are closed. What was a hobo to do? What did I do? I moved to Mexico. Do I have the right to speak now? I'm traveled. I'm well traveled. That's why I'm interested. Because I've been screwed. I was totally fucking screwed. Man. And yeah, I mean, my life before that, not a breeze. I mean, you talk about my lived experience, something Michael Knowles would focus on, or Tyler Robinson would say in a text. Yeah, I do. I have a particular paradigm and bias because of my childhood. Yeah, I do. Fine. I got a bad dad, immigrant mom. I went to Christian school for 7 years. I never had any interests besides, the old video game and occasional workout. Yeah, as a child, I knew I was smart, but, I couldn't try if I wanted to. Okay, I like to sleep. And there was a moment, I take an aptitude test and it tells me I should be a lawyer like my fucked up dad. And, people always said I was funny. I thought about it for a couple months and, I decided to do some writing, became a stand-up comic. Yeah, there are things that happen in my life that cloud my view. Yeah, my mom lost her house in 2008 because of the crisis. All right, my sister died at 45 after a long illness. I'm pretty fucked up about that now. Okay, I've had a lot of odd jobs, but again, as I was working as a janitor from 2015 to 2023, I worked at In-N-Out Burger while doing stand-up. All right, I learned a lot of really practical things over there. And if you think, a working decade doesn't give you some fucking, right to speak on a political issue, give me a break. Come on. Yeah, I've dated a few girls too. I've dated a few dream girls, actually. And they did bore holes into my soul. All right, I've loved, I've lost. I've loved and I lost. Can I speak now? All right, and even today, I hear I do a podcast, talk about stand-up comedy all the time, but yeah, man, I'm in the family business. I'm doing legal work. I am a process server. I trap people, disarm them. I literally and justifiably harass them. I meet a lot of odd people. And, if you say I don't know what the normal person goes through, I'm reading it. Okay. Yeah, man. And yeah, now I'm one of those vaunted business owners. Yes, I am unfortunately an integral part of a system of right and wrong in this fucked up country. I do. Yeah, I care about money. I do. I work for money. I am by default in the government's eyes, and I gotta speak on it. I gotta give a shit quick. Oh boy. Okay, if I don't care, I will be in a lot of trouble. Okay. Yeah. So what? The Iran war happens and they increase my gas prices to fucking, high hell. My shit is on fire. I get to have an opinion on stuff like this. I do. All right. I've been through it. I probably have more of a right to talk about whatever Michael Knowles, yaps about on his stupid show than him. What did he learn at Princeton? Write a book about it. Go write more books. Jesus. And then here we are again, Iran war. Talk about not getting fucking fucked enough. One last big fucking for poor Kyle. Here we are. KGrid03 gets reamed once more. It's my old Instagram handle. Jesus. Yeah. The military of the most powerful government on earth has made a serious effort to destroy my life, fuck up my business, and yeah, I'm here for the big boys now. My attention is direct at the big boys. You think I don't have a right? You think I'm not smart or experienced enough to fucking have an opinion on it? I listen to podcasts. Don't mess with me. I listen to podcasts and audiobooks. Right on. You know who I'm really focused on when I take all my experience and lived life and I look at the issues. You know who I'm really mad at? You know who I'm really going for? The big government contractors. Yeah. That's what this podcast is about. It's fighting the big government contractors. Classism. Classism was my glassism. Get real. The big government contractors, who I am currently deeming the fulcrum that all political positions need to form a coalition on, in order to defeat, the big old pizza party. Do I even hate government contractors? Well, these ones. Let me make something clear. And this may be like one of the things I am most passionate about in this world. I'm going to say it, and I don't know if you fucking are going to hear it. All right? The billionaires are socialists. You hear me? Billionaires and the rich are socialists. Guys, they aren't capitalists. They aren't capitalists. They may say they're capitalists, but fucking think about it. Think about it. They get all their money from government contracts, from tax money. What What is socialism? What is that? What is socialism? What is capitalism? Do you guys fucking get it? I mean, it's so funny. Like, it's so funny. Like, the big war government are socialists. It is bananas, all right? These guys, I mean, these businesses that we have, you know, they're out there preventing new technologies from emerging so they can keep their fucking sales percentages. They're not capitalists. Wake up. Wake up. Yes, all the socialists, we want fucking healthcare and food assistance and free housing. But, like, do you not get that the government that you want to do that is already doing that for war? Do you not get that? The government contracts, do you not? The same structures you need, the only ones capable of this fucking, 350 million socialist empire, capital New York City. Gosh, I mean, you're gonna end up where we already are. You're gonna end up in the same place. You want to declare a war on poverty, a war on affordability. It's the same guys doing it, man. It's so interesting. Like, yeah, the minute nobody buys into the socialist utopia, yeah, you gotta fucking kill that guy, and we are back where we started. I mean, they're killing us for fighting whatever the fuck they're on about now. I mean, Jesus, if you think about it, guys, all this hate towards capitalism, it is frustrating, especially as a small business owner. Real capitalism, what it does is prevent war. It's like the whole idea. Yeah, it's the whole idea behind the economy in the first place. Why fight when you can make money? Now what's hilarious is that there are people who make money from fighting. And what an interesting concept. I wonder how we came up with that. It's more of them hiding behind the libertarianism, I'll tell you. I mean, let me keep going. Let me tell you who's a capitalist and who's not. All right, here's the truth. If you employ 100 people and then your whole workforce goes on strike, therefore you threaten to kill them and destroy their lives, you're not a capitalist. You're not. All right. If you have your business and then another business comes around and competes with a better product, and then you decide to kill them and destroy their lives, you're not a capitalist. You're a gangster. All right, if you buy the rights to the better product and then you proceed to never make it, you're not a capitalist. Look, dude, if you go to all your competitors and say, hey, let's stop competing, and then you work to fix supply and demand, you're not a capitalist. You're fucking, dude. Oh my God. If your whole company is operating on tax money, you're not doing it, buddy. You're not there. I don't know why. I don't know what this lie is perpetuating. These government contracts is like this fucking like insane obfuscation. It's like it's the libertarianism that we all fucking, we're all libertarians with our little businesses, and then, oh, he's just a new customer, and then you realize it's, Uncle Sam. You can't be doing that, bud. And actually, it betrays everything. I mean, capitalism, libertarianism, it's just, it's the convenient cover for these billionaire welfare queens. They're welfare queens. I am not going to let them get away with this. Podcast after podcast, I will continue to talk about it. If you have a government contract and you call yourself a capitalist, I'll make a reel about you. Catch me on TikTok. I'll fucking make a reel about you. What will you do then? Right on. Okay, last segment. Just to end on a happy note. Give the people what they want. I'm gonna talk about the person that I'm fucking focused on. It's Jeffrey Epstein. It's Jeffrey Epstein in his train car. What? Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein had a caboose on Zorro Ranch, but in the last few years, it's gone missing. This is a highly suspicious rabbit hole that I really think needs to be looked into by authorities. So if you've gone through any of the Epstein files, you've probably seen this caboose. This is an image of the caboose in Jeffrey Epstein's notorious birthday book, And if you go through the photos found in the Epstein files, you can see lots of images taken of and inside of this train car. But I think this image says a lot. As you can see, this caboose, this old train car, was out in the middle of nowhere, literally on the border, the very edge of Epstein's Zorro Ranch property. Why was it so far away from everything else? Why is it in such a desolate area? But here's where things get really interesting. So, according to actual maps provided by the New Mexican government, we can see that the caboose was present on property in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. But then suspiciously in 2023, somewhere in March of that year, the caboose vanishes. The caboose was removed at some point before the property was sold to the new owners, meaning that Epstein's estate still had control of the property, I believe, when the caboose was removed.
The caboose is loose. The caboose is loose, guys. Jeffrey Epstein's caboose. Where is it? Where is it? Hey, remember when they closed the airspace around that one town that happened to border the Zorro Ranch in New Mexico? Where's the caboose? Where is it? Nobody even lit it on fire? Where is the caboose? Who is going out onto that property with the ability to move a whole caboose? Who's doing that? The FBI? What's going on? I heard the investigation that the New Mexico police opened. I heard that's been put on ice. Not that ice. I mean the regular ice, the regular metaphorical ice. Dude, what is happening? Jeffrey's dead, isn't he? He has to be dead. Please be dead. Where's your caboose, Jeff? God. Yeah, I'm sure there's something horrible to say about that, old book series where those kids lived in the train cars, the boxcar kids. It's probably I'm sure fucking Jeffrey's reading that along with fucking Lolita. God, this fucking faggot he reads, Jeffrey. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, let's just say this out loud. Let's just let everybody know. The Jeffrey Epstein trafficking network is alive and well. Either Ghislaine is running it from prison, or Jeffrey is still alive. Maybe a new boss took over, but it is so obvious it is continuing to operate. Maybe the network is the whole FBI and CIA. Okay, gosh, maybe they're still doing so much. Maybe they're still doing everything. Maybe the last thing they did was blow out that fucking virgin's neck. Yeah, now we talk about Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, he blows a load into Erica, and then she returns the favor. Blew a load into him. Gosh, here it is. I'm doing it. I'm blaming Jeffrey Epstein for Charlie Kirk's murder. Let's do it. I'm so excited. They're currently pulling all their resources to kill Candace, right? I can do this? They don't have time for me. She's far away. Okay. Now, obviously, you know who to listen to get the straight dope. You know, all the facts, the details. You have your own network. And I dare not I dare not penetrate it. Okay. But part of what we do here on the show is we use wordings to make the listener sound included. And the other thing we do is, go for the wild interpretations. It's rose-colored classist. It has a meaning. All right. I look at things, and I look at the motivations of what happens out there in topical news. Maybe make some comedy, and you talk about why someone would murder fucking fat forehead guy, and there's a lot of fucking people and reasons, and it's interesting. All right, I'm all about the motive. You want to talk means and opportunity? Go fucking watch that lawyer with the kids. That lawyer with the kids. He has that pizza name. Ironically, okay, his name's Baron. He is a ginger. Interesting. No, let me keep going. No one knows what I'm talking about. What am I talking about this episode and every episode? What I talk about is the pizza party who kills people or pays them money. All right, the Jeffrey Epstein pizza party. All right, and you look over at Charlie's little texts, for some reason not being included in the trial. Defense, bring him out. Blame somebody. Defense, blame Israel already. What are you doing? This is the preliminary hearings? You should have done it by day 3. Day 33. Okay. Yeah, but if you look at Charlie's text, there was a desire to pay him. He then declined, and then he done died. I mean, sure, you can say the pizza party is old Israel, and that poor little nation state. I guess you could blame them, but again, we talk about this grand conspiracy. It's international. I mean, yeah, a lot of they're fucking Jewish, sure, but what I think that is a convenient cover, just like being a libertarian is for those government welfare whores. Yeah, I mean, there's a history to the world and people, and you can respect it, but these fucking Jeffrey Epstein pizza party people don't. They take whatever ideology they have to, whatever race and religion. And they infiltrate them and they subvert them. It doesn't matter. They don't care. I mean, yeah, I guess you could call them all Jewish. It seems like, a convenience to them. You got everybody from every creed and color in the Epstein files. They don't need to be fucking Jewish. All right. You want to talk about pedophiles? Someone bring up the Catholic Church again. What's going on with that? All right. Whatever's going on with the race and the states, the nation states, I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. All right. There's a lot of Mormons in there too. Scientologists as well. But, gosh, Charlie, the last 2 years of his life, what was he doing? He's fighting against the pizza party. Jeffrey Epstein this, Jeffrey Epstein that. You talk about war. Jeffrey's in this fucking CIA. It makes you crazy. And he's this guy. I mean, he goes out talking about the false flags. All right. And, unlike me, he's talking about Israel really deftly, with all the respect in the world, from that place of fucking strength and reverence that a lot of people with no comedic skills need to take. Michael, yeah, he went out, man. He went to spoke to the fucking young people, challenged them, but never tried to anger them or put them down or feel superior. That's go watch his content, man. It's so clear he would have been the leader of the free world. He would have done it. He had the skills, knowledge, and experience for what it's worth. He built that business for all that turned out to be worth. Yeah, maybe he made the wrong connections on those. Yeah, how could you be president when you allowed the closest people in your life to murder you? All right. Yeah, maybe he was just like a MK Ultra style. He was like a subject picked for the presidency. But yeah, I think it was clear to a lot of people, especially if you would have seen him pivot from, supporting Israel to criticizing the genocide. Yeah, he would have been it, man. He would have been it. He would have been the guy. So clear to all of us. Because of all those debating experiences he had, he would have been his own man. Couldn't have done those things without doing that. He would have been his own man, or worse, a tool of Jesus Christ. And gosh, we talk about what motivates the pizza party. What motivates them is people who pretend that they have autonomy or actual beliefs. God forbid, actual libertarianism. Yeah, shout out to, Thomas with the Massey. Charlie, I mean, he was living the real cover that all these government subsidized billionaires, pretend to be. What could be more motivating to kill him than, by their mere existence being an insult? I mean, he took money from people, but there was a line. I mean, that's a motivation right there. You say the governor of Utah is involved. The sheriff is involved. I mean, all these guys, they're in on it because they fucking, hated his example. And that's the worst part, man. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, he's out there. Jeffrey Epstein, he's out there. He's gonna boost your caboose, motherfucker. Watch out. Okay, that's it. That's the pod. Well, what happened at the end right there? Oof. It's just so intense and emotional to talk about. I'm gonna cry. Oh gosh, I'm not an emotional asset. I'm balding in such a horrible way. I should just, oh man. I have no idea what to do. I have no idea what to do next. I guess I'll just keep watching the trial until someone decides something. What should I form a coalition? Maybe? How do I do that? Does anyone know? Who wants to be in charge? Yeah, comedy, KRG comedy. I got some spots coming up. Look them up. I'll post about them. It's all in Los Angeles. I feel like at this point the only reason to promote my comedy shows is for someone to kill me at them. That's where my career is going. What about yours?